excited for the future of scandium and cobalt, really because they're both critical minerals that are required, and future growth for both these commodities are going to be driven by the global decarbonisation agendas that the world is pursuing. Scandium, it has a lot of use at the moment in both the hydrogen industry, also as an alloy with alumina, and it'll be becoming increasingly in demand as the world looks for the generation of lightweight batteries to fuel electric vehicles going forward, but particularly excited about the future requirements for scandium in the defence manufacturing industries and also the aerospace industry. When combined with alumina or aluminium, the alloys, the scandium aluminium alloys offer some tremendous properties when compared to some of the current technologies. And the growth around scandium is going to be very much centred on these emerging technologies. Interestingly, and perhaps critically, scandium at the moment for the Western world is sourced pretty much 100% from Russia and China. And as we move into, we consider issues of geopolitical risk, the Western world will be increasingly looking to stable, free jurisdictions for the supply of their scandium to meet these future needs. Why Rimfire is particularly excited about its involvement in scandium is that when you look within Australia, the central western portion of New South Wales, around Parkes, is the epicentre for high-grade scandium deposits in Australia. And Rimfire's tenements are located in the middle of this New South Wales scandium epicentre. And I think it's fair to say we're perhaps the only, or certainly one of the very few, ASX listed junior exploration companies that have got a substantial foothold and is actively exploring for scandium in this New South Wales epicentre. And to a degree, it's similar with cobalt as well. Cobalt, it's all about battery technologies for electric vehicles going forward. Predicted growth shows no signs of slowing down. But once again, the majority of the Western world cobalt comes from jurisdictions where there are all sorts of ethical issues. So child labour being one of those. And the Democratic Republic of Congo is first and foremost in that issue. So increasingly, Western countries, Western companies are looking to source their cobalt from ethical jurisdictions. And Australia is one of those ethical jurisdictions. And similarly, Rimfire is very well positioned in the Broken Hill district, where there is a lot of acknowledged cobalt sulfide mineralisation and deposits. And we aim to basically exploit that and develop further cobalt resources that effectively are ethical and green cobalt for the world. There are highlights in exploration across all of our projects. So first of all, we look in the Fifield and Avondale projects, which I said before are just outside of Parkes. The highlights there are pretty straightforward. And that's all about the scandium. So we really spent a lot of time this year looking and investigating the potential for scandium on our properties. At the end of the year, we've now identified 3 high priority targets, the Melrose prospect, the Murga prospect and the Currajong prospect. We're moving the Melrose prospect. We're talking really nice high grade scandium along with nickel and cobalt. We're progressing that quite rapidly now into the resource drilling phase, which is one of the things we'll get onto next year. And so it's been exciting to see the Melrose prospect really emerge as a significant scandium opportunity for the company. We're doing a lot of work in conjunction with our field work and our drilling on the metallurgy and looking at the aspect of recovery of scandium from the lateritic host rocks. So really getting involved in the scandium work has been a highlight. We've also been able to demonstrate that our cobalt sulfide opportunities out west of Broken Hill are really sitting in the upper range of the grades out there. So we're drilling high-grade cobalt and sulfides, and it's been an absolute pleasure and quite a thrill to be able to go back and follow up historic drill intercepts, some of which were drilled last back in the early 1980s. and being able to confirm the geology, identify high-grade cobalt sulfides, and really get a sense that we could be on another significant cobalt opportunity there in Broken Hill. Similarly, on our copper projects, we've been able to demonstrate that we do have copper sulfides within host rocks that look very similar to the very large North Parkes copper gold deposit. We've been able to strengthen and build on our existing copper portfolio by doing a strategic acquisition of the Porter's Mount project. And the other key highlight for us is that, you know, it has been a challenging year in some respects, but the highlight has been the continued enjoyment of great support from our shareholders. This has manifested itself both in continued voting for the board and also backing the company's fundraising efforts. So we were able to complete this year 3 placements. We raised sort of just over $2.5–3 million. But most significantly is each one of those placements that was undertaken at successfully higher prices. So all the exploration work has produced a number of highlights. It's been backed well and truly by our very supportive shareholders, and we've also seen the shareholder support and backing our capital raising efforts as well. Calendar 2024, we're looking forward to generating a maiden resource for the Melrose nickel cobalt scandium prospect. Looking forward to really getting our teeth into and releasing the results of our initial metallurgical test work. We're looking forward to doing further drilling of the high-grade cobalt sulfides out at Broken Hill, and also looking to generate greater commercial value from our 100% owned copper projects in the Parkes area as well.